Paths like this make the legs tingle. In France, there are nearly 370 so-called Grande Randonnée hiking paths, commonly known as GRs. And a number of these paths are well worth the detour. We head west to Finistère, the French Land's End. Here, the Chemin du Pouldu hiking path hugs the Atlantic coast, a trail of earth between green fields and ocean, which has always inspired artists. Stéphane and Nicolas are local musicians. They're looking for the ideal spot to play.
Check out the setting, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Not too many people and the weather's good.
We won't disturb a soul. We're blown away by the path and the sound of the crashing waves.
The bagpipe is called a biniou, and the reed pipe a bombarde. They're traditional Breton musical instruments and much loved by hikers on the Chemin du Pouldu.
What a nice surprise. You stop in front of this beautiful view, up starts the biniou, and you know you're in Brittany.
We found just the natural acoustic in this landscape and on this path that we're looking for.
This stretch of pathway is part of GR34, the renowned customs officer's path that winds along the Brittany coast. Next stop, the small village of Kerzelec. Here, time seems to have stopped still. In 1889, Paul Gauguin painted these houses. Maud, an expert on the life of the painter, knows the story by heart.
This is Kerzelec Farm with the bread oven here and which used to have a thatched roof. The farmhouse just here with the white shutters, which also had a thatched roof. And the blue roof, the painting's called a blue roof, is the house just behind those trees. You can make out its chimney pot.
Much further south, in the Cévennes, is GR70. And it's not a painter who left his mark here, but a writer. In 1878, the author of Treasure Island, Robert Louis Stevenson, set off on a 12-day trek along this path with his female donkey, Modestine. Today, the path bears the author's name, and you still run into donkeys.
His hooves are a bit dirty, so I'm cleaning them up a bit.
The Legrands are about to embark on a 2-day, 30-kilometer trek with their 4-legged guide.
It's something we talked about doing for a few years. Then we suddenly said, okay, let's really do it. And here we are.
6,000 hikers take GR70 every year, without counting the donkeys. A few minutes after setting off, the family soon understands the expression, as stubborn as a mule.
He stops to graze, then he goes too fast.
What's your job then?
To hold him back.
Hiking with a donkey engenders a different philosophy, as the landscapes go by much more slowly.
We take more time. We look at things more closely. Leading a donkey holds us up a bit. We go more slowly with the donkey.
Making slow progress, setting off on an adventure, or seeking inspiration. Each hiker has their own carrot and stick. On GR65, which starts in Puy-en-Velay in the central Auvergne region, it's a quest for meaning that drives Max, who's heading to Santiago de Compostela with 10 other pilgrims.
I was determined. For years, I dreamt of going on this pilgrimage, which is both spiritual and personal. We all have ups and downs in life, so we're all trying to find answers to essential or even existential questions.
Like Max, every year, tens of thousands of pilgrims take this route, the so-called Via Podiensis. Listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's France's most popular route for starting the long trek to Santiago de Compostela in Spain.
On the route to Santiago, in every garden, every nook and cranny, you find all kinds of curious things, like these shoes.
The route has its own atmosphere, its own particularities, and its own rules. like the coveted pilgrim's logbook, stamped at each stage of the route by the hostel keepers.
My pleasure. Come and get your stamp.
When you reach the final destination, Santiago de Compostela, you're given a Compostela as proof that you've completed the pilgrimage.
Arriving in Conques, an emblematic medieval village on the route, is a reward in itself after 200 kilometers and 12 days of walking.
I'm happy. I've got here. I didn't know whether I was capable of it, but here I am, in a beautiful place, and I'm over the moon.
At the foot of the famous abbey, the pilgrims take a well-deserved break before slinging on their backpacks and setting off again along one of the most beautiful hiking trails in France.